Big Ronnie saying if you don't watch this guy's YouTube channel, you're making a big mistake.
It's vamp time.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh. What's going on, everybody? Let me kill the music. Happy Friday the 13th to you all. Here it is, 7 p.m. or thereabouts on Friday the 13th. We're going to talk a little bit about the Friday the 13th franchise. Before we go to the movies tonight, yes, we and Mike and Robert will be going to the movies tonight to see a movie that I keep forgetting the name of.
Speak No Evil.
Speaking No Evil. Yes, there we go.
Speak
There we
No
go.
Evil.
There we go. That's a little bit better right there. We're leaning a little too
Boy.
late.
That's going to be good. That's going to be a fun one, I think.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. No, I really wasn't looking forward to it, but after seeing some early reviews, I'm kind of excited now.
Yeah. Especially because you can tell they don't spoil anything in the trailer. So
no.
That's when it's good.
Yes. And so we should be joined momentarily by John Ward and possibly a couple other legends, maybe if they have some time tonight. We shall see. But we're going to kind of just talk about like maybe our rank, our Friday the 13th. We're going to maybe talk about some of our favorite kills and maybe rank or talk about our favorite Jason Voorhees actors. So it'll be fun. We'll hang out and talk about that. And when John is here, we will bring him in, but he is not here yet. That's okay. And hoping, I don't want to name names because I don't want to put pressure on him, but you know who could show up at any given time. So we shall see about that. But in the meantime, let's say hello to everybody. Antonis, what's up, Antonis? Digging the Chucky logo there.
Nice.
Look at Robert C. with the cowboy hat repping Dallas right there. What's up, Robert C.? Yes, happy Friday the 13th to you. And Mario, what's up, Mario? How you doing? Wicked Network, what's up, Wicked? And let's see here. The Sexy Sumo. Wait. We are just doing like an hour and a half at most tonight, Sumo, because we're going to see the movie. So, but yes, hour and a half till it is vamp time, because you know how we do. We got to do some vamp time tonight down there. What were we going to say, Matt? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I got the gentleman just said, R.I.P. Chad McQueen. Remember I told
Yes.
you Chad McQueen passed
Yes.
away?
Yes. Very sad.
Young.
Very sad.
63.
Yes. So that kills my steam for reminding everybody about the shittiest kill in movie history right here. This is still the worst kill in movie history.
What's this little black
that may or may not be blacking out some
gotcha.
copyright.
Gotcha.
Maybe a little watermark in there or something. Who knows?
Gotcha.
Who knows? You never know. You never know. There's some stuff there, but anyways, yeah, we're gonna sit here and talk about Friday the 13th just until
it's vamp time.
There we go. And then we're going to head on out to the movie theater tonight and go see a movie. So, yeah, man, 28 years ago today, Tupac passed away. And Wicked Network, hopefully you had a wonderful, wonderful birthday yesterday. think we hopefully mentioned that to you last night.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chad
Happy.
McQueen was, well, how old did we say Chad was? Not that old, right? Did somebody mention? I don't remember. Was he 63?
Oh,
or something?
63, yes. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was 63
yeah,
years old.
yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't super old.
My favorite Friday 13th is part 7. Good call right there. Happy Friday 13th to you, House of G fam. And I was at the bar drunk watching OGP live. Decent. Nice. Very cool. That's a good way. It's a solid way to spend your time hanging out with some friends. That's official Borderlands movie. Lost 200 million. Nice. As it should.
That movie train wreck bad.
Yes.
I mean,
man.
And now they're still trying to offer people to rent it for $25. It's like, I'm not paying $25 to watch that.
Yeah. No, and at some point it'll
not going to
be
recoup their money. It's
it'll
just give it up.
It'll wind up on Netflix or Max or Amazon, wherever it's going to go.
Yeah.
And people will watch it there, and it'll get. Maybe they'll be lucky, and at some point down the road it'll break even. But I mean, they should have known better. Was whoever's dumbass decided they needed to do that movie that way. And then if they said, "Oh, we want to make Borderlands," and then the studio said, "Okay, but you got to make it kid friendly," they should have just said,
right. It's not known that game is so far from known for being PG-13. That's the game's rated R hard, you know. And on top of that, the casting was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, great actors, not appropriate for this movie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Daniel, what's up, Daniel? How you doing? Mario says my favorite Friday the 13th is part 6. Another great choice. Yep. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure where John is. I think he had a couple things to do this afternoon, so we'll see when he shows up. But for now, all of a sudden I got to sneeze. Man, what's going on here?
Well, I'm not smoking cigarettes.
Show off my Arby's cup there. But I did also want to mention that. Let's forget to throw this up here. We can't put the Wheel of Doom. I gotta edit that. Tonight. We give away that. Gotta just get rid of this. Sorry. Tonight, Friday the 13th, the movie The After Dark is now available on Blu-ray today. Ooh. So if you go to Plan 10 Pictures, Tom Devlin's website, or just go to the Tom Devlin's Monster Museum, find Tom Devlin, you can figure out where to get those. I think mostly you're going to get them from like his website or something. He will send them to you, or you can go get them at the Monster Museum, which he has an event tonight. They're playing a couple Friday the 13th movies, as they should be, there at the Monster Museum. So I don't know if you message him or something about that tonight. I don't know you'd get a response, but I should mention that before we get too deep into it here. Major Reeves, what's up, Major Reeves? The Crow and Bikers were also big flops. To me, Wicked Network, Bikers looks like something you would watch on TV at home. Not in the theaters.
Was that the Tom Hardy movie?
I don't know. It was Tom Hardy and that. I think the guy
Tom Hardy and the guy from the Elvis guy.
Yeah, Austin Butler.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's
it looks good, but it didn't look like something I wanted to spend money to see in the theater. So I'm waiting for it on streaming there. So that's what I'll be doing. But I hear a boop. And but anyways, again, like it says down there on the little scroll on the bottom, the ultra terrestrials, we're starting that new adventure, new adventure. Cool. Yeah, Jose made that. Really, pretty badass. Cool, yeah. So we're starting that this coming Wednesday, coming up on the 18th, the first episode. So join us. It's going to be a lot of fun over there on that channel. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Let's see here. We're getting ready to get going here. Sometimes I wish I could access more of this stuff very quickly instead of having to go all the way down there. But there we go. Oh, look, Mr. Ward is at the door. Hello, Mr. Ward.
Hi.
Someone's knocking at the door. So how are you doing this Friday the 13th, Mr. Ward?
I'm doing fine. I'm sorry. I'm a little late.
You
Traffic
will accept your lashings later, sir.
and I will enjoy them.
I know you will. No, that's fine. You're quite all right, sir. So, being that I am out here in Las Vegas, I don't. Oh, big gulp. I see your big gulp, and I raise you one Arby's Diet Coke.
Okay, this is
Monster Energy right here.
This is the only monster we're dealing with this evening, right? That's right. Now, I'm out here. My collection with regards to Friday the 13th memorabilia and movies, so on and so forth, is all in California. Do you have some things handy with you?
Right,
nice. Very cool. Very cool. And so I have compiled a list because I suck with remembering names. And I have ranked my movies. I put them all in order. I've ranked my Jasons, and I just have with kills. I don't know that I could rank them all because it'd be too hard to remember.
Yeah.
But I just have some honorable mentions with kills. Do you want to maybe show us some of your collection first before we dive into our lists?
Sure. Unfortunately, I did rank the movies, but my phone went from like 20% to 8%, and now it's charging.
Okay.
So, but I think I can remember it off the top of my head because I just made it. So,
okay. I mean, and we can go down the list together to, kind
sure.
of, because there is there are 13 movies we're going to be talking about, right?
I think there's 12.
I think there's because you have part 1, part 2, 3,
1,
4,
2, 3,
5,
4, 5,
6, 7, 8,
7,
9,
8,
10 is X, 11 is Freddy versus
11.
Jason, 12 is a remake, and then 13th. I don't know what the deal is with the 13th one. That Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
No, that's not. It's not a movie.
Oh, that doesn't count. No, that's a comic.
It's like a comic book, I think.
So, okay, well,
no, it is a comic book. Yeah.
Okay, but then maybe it was a fan film or something that somebody did. I think.
Well, they were going to be making it into a movie, and they didn't. Freddy vs. Jason did incredibly well, so they were going to do another film. But basically, Sam Raimi vetoed it because he wanted to put Ash into other stuff. So
so we'll talk 12 movies then. We'll talk all 12. So it should be easy to kind of put those.
I mean, technically, I have 14 because I have 2 documentaries. So.
Oh, you know what? Well, and I didn't. Yeah, I do have.
But I didn't rank those.
His name was Jason, or his name is Jason, something like that. You have that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and also. Camp Blood Memories. So I'll start with this. So it's a Blu-ray, and it's a Crystal Lake Memories: The Complete History of Friday the 13th.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
It's 6 hours. It's 400 minutes. It's like 6 hours. Daniel Farards, who I have interviewed for One Filmmaker, One Film. He's also done some Amityville stuff. He's pretty big. He did the I'm gonna get the names wrong, but the Last Days of Jessica Simpson, The Haunting of Sharon Tate. He did a couple of Amityville films. He's basically like a true crime guy, and then kind of puts his own spin on it.
Okay.
So for like the Jessica Simpson one, it isn't that OJ did it. It was another serial killer, like a real serial killer that was going cross country, and that OJ hired him, which is one of the kind of like urban legends out there about it, is that OJ didn't do it. It was this other guy. So, but it's got a lot of discs, which is nice because this thing is long as hell, man.
I'm gonna have to keep my eye out and see if I could round up a copy of that somewhere.
That's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it might be a little pricey because I did it with it wasn't crowdfunding, but I got it as a pre-sale, and so they added in this bonus disc.
Oh, nice. What's on the bonus disc?
I think just more interviews, like extended interviews
Okay,
and stuff.
okay.
I haven't watched it for a long time, so
You have failed us, John Ward.
I have.
Yeah.
But this has got everything. But like
Nice.
I don't think that you could get a more complete history. And then I did get this is the remake of Friday the 13th, and it's autographed by Jason.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Really, really quickly, I have to interrupt you, John, and I apologize. But Fall Rain has said
It's vamp time.
and I have to honor the vamp time request. So it is vamp time. The vamp time.
It's vamp time.
Mario, I'm going to completely disagree with you, dude. Part 2 is the best one. So
Brian Sanchez, what up? Oh, spoiler alert, John. Spoiler alert. Brr, brr, brr. What up, Mario and Fall Rain and House of G? Yeah, House of G fam, kind of getting his doors blown off by Mario. To each their own, and we can disagree, but we will not get all heated and
to eat their own.
Yes, to eat their own. Yes,
because it's cool because the whole franchise is good. Really, I mean, you know, doesn't matter who's favorite, which one's who's favorite. You know,
yeah,
they're all good.
No. Well, I don't know about all of them being good,
Yeah,
but
I think.
But yeah, no, everybody is entitled.
Really, Matt? Is that what the people said on the Hindenburg?
Yeah.
There's also
it doesn't matter what your
25 years of terror. And 1 second, John. What's up, Terry Moody? What up, OGP Matt and John? Watch Sleepaway Camp for our 13th. What about the Friday the 13th series? That's a good one. Good one.
It doesn't count in the series.
Doesn't have Jason Voorhees in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all of them. It was originally in Canada. It's called The Curse, but over here it's called Friday the 13th. The series.
Well, I think
was it all about like a pawn shop or something like that, or something like
it's
that?
It's a pawn shop with cursed items. It works more for Amityville than it does for anything. But I do have Halloween 25 Years of Terror. I do have Never Sleep Again. I have all those documentaries. I have the Psycho Legend, Legacy, all that stuff. So, and cool. This is the first thing I got. This is a box set. It's got the skinny disc in there, and so it has.
That's cool. That's really
they're all these like thin discs. But so we have Friday the 13th with killer extras, and then there. Oh, where did this? Oh, maybe I'm doing it backwards. Oh yeah, Friday the 13th, Part 2.
Okay.
And then Friday the 13th, Part 3, and final chapter.
Oh, nice.
And then we got Jason Lives and New Beginning. So New Beginning first, and then Jason Lives.
Of course.
And then this is New Blood and Takes Manhattan. And then this is like a bonus. Well, it's not really a bonus disc, but it has a whole bunch of extras on it. 8-part featurette, the secrets behind the gore, interviews, collectibles. I think this has Corey Feldman on it. I think this is the one that has
like an interview with him.
I think he's the host. Yeah, Corey Feldman.
Okay.
So he's the host of the documentary. And it's got the clear cases that I like, so they put stuff inside.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that was the first, and then after that, these were pretty cheap, but I'm not a huge fan of these, except the covers are pretty cool. So these were the deluxe editions. These came out around the time that the remake came out. So they got these cool kind of like 3D covers on them. This is the uncut version of Friday the 13th, which is nice. New unrated edition, and then you pull it, and it's got the regular. Except these, so it's Lost Tales from Camp Blood Part 1. And then like each one has like Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. These things have nothing to do with Friday the 13th. This is like pure nepotism, where somebody's kid went to film school and they made a slasher movie and they just cut it up into like 15-minute parts and put it onto each disc. It takes place at a camp, but they have nothing to do with Friday the 13th at all. So which is really annoying. But these do have like audio commentaries, makings of. We'll quickly go through them because they do have like the cool like 3D covers on them.
Oh yeah.
And this one has. Oh no audio commentary. Yeah. Steve Miner doesn't really like part 2 that much, so he doesn't talk a lot about it. I personally think it's the best one. So,
you like pillowcase? You like pillowcase, Jason?
Yeah.
I actually do like pillowcase, Jason. And then this one is in 3D, so it does come with the. I think it does come with glasses.
Nice.
Yeah,
well,
it's got 2 pairs of 3D glasses.
That's cool. And they're not even open. That's cool.
Yeah. I saw it in the theater when it originally came out in 3D, so I don't need to watch them again.
Yeah.
And I don't want to crack them out of their the plastic.
So House of GFam says, how many Jasons have y'all met at conventions? Have you ever met a Jason? Who have you met?
Just the one that signed the remake for me.
Oh, Derek Mears?
Oh, no. Kane Hodder. So, yeah. Also
you had Kane Hodder sign the remake?
No. He's the other one that I met.
Oh, so you've met Derek Mears and Kane Hodder?
Yeah, but Derek Mears signed the remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've met Derek Mears, Kane Hodder, and CJ Graham. So I have 3. Hopefully
I didn't meet CJ Graham, but I am in a movie with him because he's in Teddy.
Oh, yeah.
Teddy told me to. Yeah. So I'm in a movie with him if that counts.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah. And I already mentioned before you came on that Tom Devlin released the After Dark on Blu-ray today.
Oh, nice.
So I told everybody to go get that.
Sweet. Then this is part 6, Jason Lives.
Nice. Oh, I like it. Yeah, that's pretty badass artwork right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And a couple of these are out of order, but and then final chapter.
Oh, got this.
Oh yeah, I like that artwork. That's cool. Yeah.
And then part 5, A New Beginning.
Nice.
So do all those come with the 3D glasses too?
No, just only part 3.
Just that one.
Oh, were those all part of a? Oh yeah, no, because the 3D.
Yeah, that was the 3D. Okay.
These these weren't part of a box set. They were all sold separately, but they were only like $5 each or something.
Nice. Wow. Yeah, with that artwork, that's great. Yeah, I love that artwork. That's good stuff.
Yeah, New Blood.
Nice. CJ Graham is in 13 Fanboy. Have y'all seen that? I don't think I have.
No, I haven't seen 13 Fanboy yet.
Okay. Is it a Mr. Bones? Is that like a movie like story, or is that like a documentary?
It's a movie.
Okay.
It's got like Felicia Rose, and it's got a bunch of people in it.
Okay. I read somewhere years ago about Jason. He a dumb zombie with mommy issues. What? I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, he's kind of a zombie. He does have mommy issues.
Well, that's what they tried to do when they did the Jason versus Freddy versus Ash. They were trying to explain that he is a Deadite, actually. That Pamela Voorhees brought him back to life with the Book of the Dead.
Okay.
Yeah, and speaking of that, so these all were Paramount. Now this is New Line.
Okay.
New Line owns these 3 movies, while Paramount owns the other one. So this is a box set that's got Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, and Freddy vs. Jason in it. So
okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah, I think this was like $15, and they got the skinny.
Nice. Yeah, I have. After Web Movie 1 gave me the that box set from Shout Factory, I have that and all the other. I had all of the movies. Well, at least the first 8 on DVD.
Was that the one you showed on the podcast? And it was really cool because it looks like the poster you have on your wall. And all that's got really cool artwork.
And then the last one.
Wow.
Oh yeah, his name was Jason. I have that one. I don't think I have a slipcover for it though. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a 2-disc. So Oh yeah, and speaking of posters, and it comes with a poster.
Oh, how about them?
Very nice.
How about them apples, Balzer?
Yeah, which I think is I think it's the cover. So that's my collection here. So there we go. There we go.
So yep, Mr. Bone says it's a fan film. So with regards to 13 Fanboys, a fan film written and directed by Deborah Voorhees.
There was also 2 other big fan films that they did. I keep forgetting the name of both of them.
She's in this. Deborah, yeah. Voorhees is in Deborah Voorhees is in part 5.
Yeah, okay, so
that's
there a real woman? I'm confused now. Is there somebody really named Deborah Voorhees?
Yeah,
in real life. Her real name is Voorhees. Was it? Wow. Okay. Huh.
Yeah, she's listed in the movie as Deborah Voorhees. I don't think they put it here on the box though.
What? I wonder if she changed her name. If that's like a stage name or something. That's interesting. Huh. So that's cool. So you have with that being said, you have all the movies. Oh, I didn't see the remake. Did you have the remake in there somewhere?
That's the one that was signed.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, yes. Okay, nice.
Never Hike Alone. That's the big fan film.
Okay, Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow. Yeah. Okay.
And they actually brought back some of the actors that were in some of the actual Friday the 13th movies, like Tommy Jarvis and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, and he played his part.
The guy
Tommy Jarvis.
The guy who played Tommy Jarvis. That's
yeah.
Cool. Oh. So, but we're not talking Tommy as in.
No, not Corey Feldman.
Yeah,
Tommy.
Yeah,
the Tommy from
Corey.
I believe.
Was the one from Part 5?
Yeah, Part 5. Yeah.
Okay. DG, what's up, DG? Howdy, fellas. I had to tap out last night. What was Matt's chip reveal? Oh, you missed it, huh? It was.
We ate them all. Yeah, it was IHOP.
You ate them all?
Yeah, it was IHOP Fruity Tooty. It was like
Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity.
It was basically pancake flavored with syrup and fruit and bacon.
Yeah, it was. They were weird. They were
good.
Kind of tasted like
good.
Kind of tasted like Captain Crunch.
Yeah, it was like but it was like breakfast potato chips.
Tom Matthews is a badass in the Never Hike movies. Nice,
cool.
Yeah, I've never seen any of the fan films.
I heard they did really good with those though. They look like I've seen trailers for them, and it looks like they put some budget behind it, especially the second one. We Never Hike in the Snow. I mean, yeah, they really put some effort and stuff into them. I mean, they look like they could be like legit movies. They don't look like your normal fan film, you know?
Yeah. Have you seen any of the fan film movies, John?
I've seen a few of them, including the Never Hike and stuff. They're fun, but a waste of time, in my opinion, because you can't do anything with them. They're fan films. You can't make money.
Yeah.
But I mean, distribute them, and no studio is going to hire you to make a sequel, you know, or to make your own film. So I almost think that they're a waste of time. I mean, it'd be like me saying, "Hey, let's make an Evil Dead movie." Why?
Well, from a filmmaker standpoint, they're a waste of time. But if you're just a fan of the franchise and you want to make something, you know, I mean, to me, it's kind of like making a Camp Blood movie. Like, I mean,
still showcases their talents.
You're still kind of ripping off the franchise, right?
I mean, but at least Camp Blood is its own. I mean, it's a killer clown. It's not a guy in a hockey mask.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, you know, I've seen a lot of fan films. I think a lot of them are good. I've seen a lot of the Batman ones. I've seen a lot of the Star Wars ones, especially the ones with like Boba Fett. And they're fun. I mean, they're entertaining to watch. I just don't get the point, really.
No.
I mean, if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat and you want to make a Mortal Kombat fan film, but you have no other desires, you know, like you just love Mortal Kombat, but you want to go make a movie, then that's fine. Go make a movie. But if you're a filmmaker and you aspire to make movies and you want to work within the Hollywood system, the fan films do not help you. And it's
well, and that's looking at it from looking at it from like a filmmaker perspective. I get it. But I think most people, 99% of people watching, or talking about the fan films are just fans. So,
Mhm.
for the most part, yeah. But the person who made them, I get it. They must just have a passion for the franchise.
I mean, I heard of them. I just seen the trailers. I actually didn't watch. But Never Hike Alone, John. I mean, at least quality wise, was it at least good?
It's good. I liked it.
Yeah. Okay.
The second one,
Never Hike in the Snow. Was that what the second one?
That's the second one, and I found out what their budget was, and I'm like, oh wow, this so doesn't look like that budget. Meaning that it looks a lot cheaper than what the budget was. So I was kind of let down by it. So
I think that's really cool that if it's even if it's a fan film, I mean, if they did a good job with it and it was entertaining, then
and especially as fans of the franchise,
right?
Knowing that we haven't been able to have a movie for since 2012, was that when the remake came out, the last one?
Yeah.
So that we haven't, or 2009 or something, whenever it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So being that it's been like close to 15 years
because of the legal stuff.
Yeah. So having a fan film to kind of scratch the itch a little bit is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So yeah. Don't forget Lisa Turtle. Her name is Lark Voorhees.
Yeah, from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, in Saved by the Bell, what's her real name? Lark Voorhees.
Lark Voorhees. Yeah.
And she plays Lisa.
Lisa Turtle in Saved by the Bell. Yeah.
And so is that the black girl? Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay. I never really watched the show, but I kind of know like who Screech was, and then the dude who's on like Entertainment Tonight or whatever, but that's cool. Right on. So Voorhees, and not that Voorhees wouldn't be a legit last name. It's just kind of funny that there would be somebody real name Voorhees in, on that franchise. So they both star Tom Matthews as Jarvis. So it follows his story. They're fun for that for fans. Yeah, nice. Oh, AC Slater. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I would never remember the dude's real name, but Slater, right? The Latino dude.
Yeah. Mario Lopez.
There you go. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So let's talk before we get into rankings. Let's talk about. I have a few cool kills that I wrote down. And I'm not, to be completely honest, because I don't remember the stuff. I did a little research and stuff, and kind of picked out some of the ones I liked. But I think, and for most of us, one of our favorite kills is a sleeping bag kill from part 7. And then, the deleted footage from that, if you get to see that, where he smacks her against the tree like so many more times, is pretty cool. But the footage is, it's so bad, that I guess they can't edit it together to make like a real, an extended cut, because that footage just looks like shit. But that's cool. And then in part 8, the guy that's the boxer, when he's up on the roof of the building with Jason, he's punching him till he's worn out and his hands are all bloody. And then he tells Jason, "Give me your best shot." And Jason's like, "Okay," and punches his head off.
So who did it? Who did it first? Was it that or Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Because they did that with a little one. Remember, he knocks the guy. Are you gonna knock my block off? And boom,
probably Killer Clowns.
His head off.
I think Killer Clowns was before part.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
But yeah, and I don't know that it was.
I don't think it was meant any that they were. Yeah, but
yeah, I've seen other movies where people have gotten their heads punched off. So I don't think it's like original idea, but it's just funny as hell every time it
goes right into the dumpster.
Yeah, because they're boxing. So Mario says, pizza. Just let people know I purposely got this pizza and this soda for tonight's show. So
why is that? What is the connection? What's the relevance?
Because it's Friday the 13th. That's all.
But this specific pizza and this specific soda for Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I just wanted to have a pizza to eat while we were doing it and have a soda to drink while we're doing it.
Okay. So. So I thought you meant maybe like there was some correlation between like
something special.
No, I got these just for the show. So that's why I'm eating them while we're eating and drinking while we're doing this. It's because I got them for this.
Yeah. Well, like Mr. Bone says, did you tell them to cut it into 13 slices?
Mm-hmm.
No, in fact, the guy was kind of rude, and he did not cut it very well at all. So,
that's kind of commonplace in restaurants nowadays.
Yeah, he kind of seemed like he might fly a plane into a building.
But that's what. Moving on. So then they're also in Jason X. What about the girl that gets her face dipped into the liquid nitrogen?
That was a good one.
That's a pretty fun one. What a messed up way to go, man.
Oh yeah.
But at least it was quick for her, because I mean, in that liquid nitrogen, her face was gonna her brain's gonna freeze just as quick as her face in that stuff.
It was good. It was good. It had good amount of gore in it too. And he smashed her face on the table. Just see all that.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah. And then Crispin Glover getting the corkscrew through the hand, and then the cleaver to the face in part 4, or I guess part 4 is the final chapter.
And he has the great dance scene too. Don't forget his dance.
And somebody else mentioned that already. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Getting his revenge for what they did to him with the Back to the Future franchise, right? Making us all suffer through him dancing. And then the other one I have noted is I love the dude in the wheelchair getting it, the machete to the face in part 2.
That one to me is particularly brutal because one, he is in a wheelchair. He was going to have sex. He was going to hook up. Yeah. He had that really cute girl who was into him, and he's just going to have sex, and which he probably hasn't had in a while. And then, he gets the machete and he gets thrown down the steps. So
that's bad luck. That guy seems like he's had a lot of bad luck.
Yeah.
The dead fuck dance. I read before the new Friday the 13th Crystal Lake series got hauled. They were considering Charlize Theron to play Jason's mother. There's been, I've heard some rumblings again that's maybe not completely dead. There's maybe still something going on with that, but I don't know.
Yeah, because most of the series, because they were talking about it, they were going to make it was going to be all about Pamela Voorhees and young little Jason.
It was supposed, it was supposed to take place before he got killed and stuff. Yeah. So we'll see about that. We'll see. Pineapple pizza. That is, you might as well take a machete to the face.
I love pineapple.
Pineapple
pizza's good.
Pineapple. I used to do pineapple and anchovies.
That's disgusting.
On the same pizza. That was good, man. That was good.
I agree with him. I agree with them on that.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I just don't know about that. I know people do pineapple on their pizzas. I'll take pineapple on a burger, like a Don Ho burger.
Salty. It's a sweet and salty.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan. I like pineapple. I like pineapple like on a burger with like teriyaki, like a Don Ho burger. But not on pizza. Never been a fan. But I get it. Meow, meow. I get it. Did you just say meow meow?
Meow meow. I'm seeing if the kitties will come up and join me on the chair.
Meow 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 meow. House of G Fam says the series is happening, and that's what I've heard.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've heard some rumblings, maybe like next year or something. So
because they finally settled that whole thing with the original owners got ownership.
Victor Miller was the one that was causing the problem. So
well, but all that was done, and then they started on with the series, but then something happened with the series, and
because they had the video game series going on for a while. They had the video game, and then they were coming out with new content, and then they had to put that to a complete halt. I mean, they even had Kane Hodder come in and do the motion capture for that video game and all that, for the kills and all that.
I don't know exactly with this franchise. I enjoy the movies, and I mean with all franchises, really. I'm not, and that's one thing on this channel. I never proclaim to be an expert on stuff. I'm a fan of stuff, and I enjoy watching it and talking it over with everybody. So to sit here and try and act like an authority figure on something like I would know or anything, I don't. So that's why I don't, proclaim to know it all or be the guy to get answers from. But you know, so as far as whether the show's going to happen or not, or anything is going to happen in the future, at this point, I'm just saying, for me, I hope it does. That's where I'm at.
Same here. I hope so too.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm Hawaiian. I don't even eat pineapple on pizzas. That's what I'm talking about. You go to Hawaii.
What's wrong with you?
Now, see, and that's where I remember. Oh, you know.
Hawaiians, do they eat a lot of pineapple?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
You checking your?
I heard that was like a rumor.
But in Hawaii, is it known as Hawaiian pizza or is it just pizza?
Well, actually, Hawaiian pizza was actually not invented in Hawaii.
Okay.
It was invented in Canada. Look it up.
So I will tell you this about Hawaii. Hawaiians, anybody maybe who is from Hawaii or lives in Hawaii, may be able to tell you about Hawaiian pizza or about what type of pizza they eat there. If you are from the mainland and you go to Hawaii, you're a fucking moron if you're eating pizza. Because you should be eating Hawaiian food and enjoying the cuisine of the islands while you're there. Eating, if you're into seafood, the fresh fish and
pokey,
the different
stuff.
I don't think I have ever had a slice of pizza when I've been in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't waste that time on that either.
I don't know. Try a slice. Why not? You know.
I've been
After all, Hawaii is a completely different country, so why wouldn't you want to enjoy it?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
John spitting knowledge over here tonight. But no, I mean, so I've been to Hawaii. I've been to the Hawaiian Islands like at least 8 times, maybe more. But never once have we sought out a pizza place or been anywhere where there has been an opportunity to even eat pizza. So that's where I'm at with that. But maybe they do. Maybe I don't know. But we have one vote from one Hawaiian who says no. So there's that. Now I would love. I think we have some other Hawaiians.
So if Hawaiian pizza was created in Canada, where was pizza created?
Oh, we're not doing this. No, because I know the whole. No, because there's arguments. The Italians are going to argue pasta was created in Italy, and then
it was the Chinese.
It was the Chinese. So, but anyways,
hey, I'm Italian, and I say that it was not created in Italy.
But no, I mean Italian or Hawaiian pizza being created in Canada is just as good as orange chicken. When you go to a Chinese restaurant, you get orange chicken that was created in the United States. They don't eat orange chicken in China.
Yeah, same thing with chop suey, and
they might eat chicken of China to Chinese chicken over there, though, but they don't eat orange chicken. They may now.
Sushi, California rolls were created in California because people didn't want to eat the fish.
Actually, I think that also might be Canada too. Actually,
Jennifer, look at that! Happy Friday the 13th to you, Jennifer. You rock. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. We love Jennifer, and hopefully you're able to enjoy your Friday the 13th evening, either hanging out with us for a little while, and this is for everybody, but or maybe watching a movie. And so that's a good question I have, and I'd love to hear from everybody. If it's Friday the 13th and you could watch one movie from the franchise, which one would it be? Doesn't necessarily have to be your favorite. It can be maybe one you haven't seen the longest, or for whatever reason. But I'm curious why, or what and why everybody watches what particular movie they would watch on Friday the 13th. So, and it doesn't even have to be Friday the 13th from the franchise. It could be another horror movie that you want to watch on Friday the 13th. So, love to hear everybody's answer on that. But Jennifer, thank you so much for super chat. You rock. Let's see here. What kind of pizza would Jason eat? He would eat a pizza somebody's head that he cut off. He would eat a pizza your arm that he cut off. Get it? I'm playing on words here. All right, fuck you guys.
They all can't be gold.
Yeah.
I think if he had a pizza, he'd probably put body parts on it.
Yeah.
Well, no, because he's not a cannibal. He eats he eats animals.
Yeah.
So we would probably put like a dead rabbit on there or part of a dead deer or
Maggot Pizza House.
Venison,
there you go.
Venison pizza. He'd be putting venison on his pizza.
He would probably eat maggots. Sure, why not?
I like macaroni pizza. I don't think that's what it's called, but it's good. Like pasta on pizza, man. Double down on the carbs right there. We know the Italians love their carbs. Hawaii is an island, not a country. We know he knows. He is very well. He's messing with us. So, mushrooms are your favorite on pizza. I am not a fan of mushrooms at all.
Mushrooms are good too. Yeah. And I do know that Hawaii is a state and it is part of the United States. There are just a lot of people out there that think it's a state.
Just joined. I think my top two are part 4 and part 7. Nice. Those are good choices. Very, very good choices.
Those are good ones.
Jennifer will watch the reboot. Why is that, Jennifer? Because you're a youngin', and that's what you're familiar with. Like kind of like Antonis always watches the newer movies. Like when it comes to like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory over Willy Wonka. He watches the newer ones. So is it because you're a youngin', Jennifer, or what's the reason for the reboot? If you don't mind me asking. Anyone drinking tonight?
Just soda.
That's Monster Energy for me.
We are not drinking right now because I don't, when we go to the movies very, very late tonight, I don't want to fall asleep in the theater because I've had a couple beers. So we're going to go see the last showing of the night of son of a bitch.
Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil. Yeah. So going to be very late. So John, you did not get an invite to that because it would be getting back well past your bedtime. So
I appreciate that, but I would probably pass on that movie anyways. It has not gotten good reviews. So
Bull Dookie, have you looked at the reviews lately? The early reviews are like blowing me away. It was like
good stuff. Yeah,
90%.
The reviews that I'm seeing is stupid people doing stupid, predictable things.
No spoilers. Don't tell me about. Don't tell, please.
I'm not saying anything about the movie. It's
okay. Yeah, I don't want to know anything about anything about it. I want to go in as blind as I can. If you don't mind.
I will most likely not be seeing it. So
okay.
maybe streaming.
Just sent me this. This is a good one.
Okay, later. Yeah. I asked Rachel to be my girlfriend today, and she said yes on Friday the 13th. Decent.
Very nice.
I think we all thought that was something in the makings. Like we thought that was in the works there, but very cool. Congrats on that, Robert. So everybody knows Rachel shows up in the chat. She is spoken for. So mind your manners, everybody. I like Friday the 13th 6 and the remake. Okay. Way Up Dude, what's up? Way Up Dude, how you doing? That's quite a sexy suave thumbnail you got there. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story. I went a long time ago. I went to the Fangoria convention right before Jason Goes to Hell came out. Nice. And Kane Hodder was there with Adam Marquez, and they were showing the trailer and scenes from the movie. And Adam was up there with Kane, and they were showing uncut footage from the other movies, like work print stuff. And so it was a very big deal. It was like, wow, this is going to be great. And of course, we went to go see the movie, and we thought it was awful. Because Jason really isn't in it. I've come to like the movie, but I thought originally it was really bad. And then I went to Sundance in 2000, and I went, Adam Marquez's new film, Let It Snow, which was, I think, retitled Snow Days, is playing. So I went, and he was there. And in the movie, there's a movie theater where the couple goes on a date, and it just says Jason Goes to Hell. So during the Q&A, I asked him, hey, where have you been since Jason Goes to Hell? So he told us, teaching, school, all that type of stuff, making more movies. And then he invited everybody back to the after party. And so I went, and I saw this woman there who I thought was really attractive. And I started hitting on her and doing everything I could. It's Sundance, I'm in film school at the time. And, hey, how you doing type of thing. And it ended up being Adam Marquez's wife. Mm-hmm. So I was getting drunk, hitting on his wife. Oops. And then we sat down and talked for a while about stuff. And then Adam became my mentor during film school at Los Angeles City College, as I would go over to his house and we would discuss things, and he would look at my scripts and let me use his VHS camera. Tells you how old this is, to record scenes that we had to do for like directing class and stuff like that. And so for a long time, for like a few years, Adam was my mentor, which was great. So if
Nice.
so
Very
if anybody ever asks, oh, did you ever have a mentor? I could say, yeah, the guy who directed Jason Goes to Hell. And so it's if you find a mentor, stick with that mentor. So because he helped me out a lot. So.
I think our mentor is the liquor.
There you go.
The late John Dunsworth.
Yes. But House of G-Fam says the final chapter is what he would watch simply for the laughs. Nice. Wicked Network, what's the area code for Hawaii?
That has a really creepy scene in it. Jason, and for final chapter is where the guy he's trying to find his sister, who I believe is one of the girls from part 2. And he's in a basement and Jason has him, and he has like one of those troughs that you use for like gardening. And Jason is just stabbing him up against the wall repeatedly. And the guy's like yelling out horribly, "He's killing me. He's killing me. He's killing me," over and over again, as Jason is just slamming this thing into his chest and his stomach. And that's a scene that's always stuck with me as being one of the best kills, because it's so creepy and so disturbing. It's like, from a Friday the 13th film, you don't really think disturbing, but they nailed it.
Yeah.
And something I really have to say is about the original, before it became a trope of him, Jason Voorhees always carrying around a machete and everything, because he really, there was sometimes he used a machete for a kill and all that type of stuff, but he didn't always walk around with a machete.
Yeah. And
that was what was so cool about the Friday the 13th movies, is I think it's the reason why a lot of people were gotten really into it too, is because he would come up with unique, different ways to kill people, and people would be watching in the theater going, "Oh, how is he gonna kill this guy?" And next thing you know, it's like something crazy, and everybody kind of crack up and laugh and going, "Oh my God, I can't believe he did that with that," and then later on, I don't know how it came to be a trope where they always think Jason Voorhees is walking around with a machete all the time.
Yeah. Well, no, I think, because if you have, especially like if you have a figure or an image or something, you want them to have a weapon in their hand. And maybe that's, maybe the most common, weapon. But no, him, a lot of times, like him punching a guy's head off or twisting in multiple times.
Yeah,
twisting people's heads
around. Yeah, because if you look at it, it's like, Jason versus Freddy and Jason X. That was a thing. Oh, he just wants his machete. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the thing. He always carried around a machete in those that made it a trope.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There are a variety of kills and stuff. To me, the murder weapon, I don't know. Jason is an iconic character. And I don't know. I think maybe just because there's more kills with the machete than there are like any other weapon.
Oh yeah.
So I get it in a sense, but
I guess maybe the producers wanted to do kind of like, to have a weapon that's associated with their killer. Just like the way Michael Myers has the butcher knife,
Yeah.
Could be that too,
Yeah. No, to me, I don't know. I enjoy the movies, and
I still enjoy all the movies. I was just making a comment.
Yeah, no, I get
but that's what. Also, I feel like that's just some of the charm of Friday the 13th movies with the kills, is how unique they are.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah. DG says, when I was in school in the mainland, people would always ask if they speak English in Hawaii. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Now, Hawaiian, unfortunately, that language is kind of dying out as the islands get more and more whitewashed and stuff. But it's definitely, you go to Hawaii, you don't have to worry about speaking a foreign language. That's funny. Gonna go see Speak No Evil tomorrow. Nice. Very cool. Do we expect a ranting afterwards, OGB? So yes, after we go to the movie tonight, I will do a review. I have a video set up to release tomorrow. I might swap it out and release the review tomorrow instead. Let's see here. You guys know what's going on with the Toxic Avenger movie? Saw trailers. So
I haven't seen anything.
No, it's shelved. They said it was too bad to release. So
really,
yeah.
the one with the what's his name?
Peter
okay.
Dinklage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
They
shelved.
pulled it. Yeah.
Wow, they shelved it. Oh, that's a kind of bummer. I wanted to see how that was gonna go.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but I'm not a fan of the movies from 70s and 80s. What, Jennifer? Shame on you. I'm just bored. I mean, there's a few that I watch, but it just doesn't hold my attention, and that's fair enough. Especially, you look at different generations, especially. Like you go back to the 80s, there's a very specific campy slasher kind of vibe. You go back to the 70s, you have these more, like ghosts or possession movies, like Amityville or like Exorcist, like Omen. And then you go back to the 60s, 50s, you got a lot of like creature features, Draculas and Frankensteins and the Mummy and stuff like that. And every, maybe not necessarily decade, but as the kind of the horror genre progresses through time, it's definitely different. But when you get back to those older movies like the Hammer films, a lot of them are really great, but they're very slow. And sometimes they can be hard to watch. And so, a younger generation who is growing up with these action-packed movies where stuff's constantly going on.
TikTok.
Maybe, the TikTok generation and stuff. Maybe something that is building up suspense might not be your thing. And so I think a lot of it, especially for me, is the Friday the 13th movies, the suspense is better than the kill. The lead up to it, the edge of your seat, waiting to see what Jason's going to do. Or, is he going to come around this corner? And then you have those, every once in a while, you have those moments where you're thinking, oh, Jason's going to come get him. And then nothing. And you're like, oh, man, what happened? And then a second later, boom, there he is.
Out of nowhere.
So that stuff, a lot of that buildup, maybe not for everybody, but, us senior citizens, we love it.
All I would say about that is, if you watch the remakes of whatever it is, go back and watch the original, because most likely it's going to be better. But so at least give the original a chance. If you're going to watch the remake of The Last House on the Left, watch the original also, just so they're normally better movies.
You might be surprised, especially after. Even if you watch the original and you're not into it, and then you watch the remake, you enjoy it. And then sometimes when you go back to something, you go, oh, okay, now
Yeah. No, and that's I mean, it's tough too, because just at times if you have a movie like Psycho, I don't know that they could remake Psycho nowadays, with the same type of low pacing and stuff that it had. It would not do well. People would get bored because of what the audiences expect today. But I mean,
they did remake it.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I'm just saying, like,
and then
now,
they did the TV show, based on Gale. So that's where they would have to take it. Is you wouldn't remake it like Friday the 13th. You wouldn't remake it again.
But they couldn't make it
TV series.
Yeah, but they couldn't make it like the original. It had to be updated to, to score well with the audiences nowadays. So Jennifer says, I know I just said I don't like most 70s, 80s movies, but Nightmare on Elm Street, Tina's death scene, I think that's the best death scene out there. Nice. Okay. Well, and and that's one thing that I love, and I always say, is that when it comes to movie watching, we are allowed to be hypocrites, because we're allowed to like things for one reason and like and dislike other things, even though they have the same reason. But it's art, and that's the way it goes. But speaking of best screen kills in history, here's the worst. screen killing history right there. All she had to do was poke a hole in her mouth. That's it.
Such a trigger for you, man. That was such a trigger.
That's it, man. God dang it, man. They did such a bad job with that. There she is. Rachel's in the house. Hello, Rachel. How you doing? I've seen basically all the classics though. Friday, Elm Street, Gremlins, Friday Night, etc. Nice.
Very cool.
Logan's in the house. What up, Logan? How you doing? Do you guys like Friday the 13th Part 7? It's a great one. It is a great one. Speaking of that,
that's yeah. I'll split. That's my number one.
Nice.
That is my number one.
And we should get into rankings now. And I'm kind of interested in your guys' thoughts on like your favorite Jasons too, before we even dive into the actual movies. So, do you have a favorite Jason, John?
Is it the actor
The
or
actor,
the
actor?
Oh, the actor. Okay.
I think that's a little tough because in some of the films it's multiple people. But I mean, obviously Kane Hodder.
Okay, but who the main person who gets credit? I understand, the different actors and stuff. But so so for 7, 8, 9, and 10, we get Kane Hodder. For Part 6, we get CJ Graham. 4 is Ted White. For Part 2, it's Warrington Gillette. And then for Part 3 is Richard Brooker. Now, maybe there's different people in the suits and stuff, but, I'm not trying to be that specific or like detailed with it, but just generally who got the credit for being Jason during the movies. But just your favorite, I'm just curious, your favorite actor that played the part. So
I mean, it would be Kane Hodder. I mean, that's
Kane Hodder for me too. Yeah, Kane Hodder.
Yeah, I was very disappointed when he didn't end up in Freddy vs. Jason.
Same here.
I understand.
I was about to say that because it's Kane Hodder and Robert Englund. Those are the two original.
Well,
they should have had those two.
That's what we wanted, but I understand why they did it the way they did.
Yeah, they wanted a much taller, bigger Jason,
taller guy, a more Frankenstein monster, and stuff like that. So it's great. I was on the set for 2001 Maniacs, and Kane was fighting Freddy.
Oh, that was a fun movie, man. Cool. 2001 Maniacs is a great movie. Love that movie.
So I got to see them fighting live.
Nice. That's cool.
Just not as Jason and Freddy, but
Nice. Well, I have my ranking, and I'm going to go least favorite to most favorite actor that played that's gotten credit for him. So 9, my least favorite my least favorite Ken Kersinger, who was Freddy versus Jason. And that's and I will tell you it's unfair of me to rank him the least. But but my reasoning for it is the fact I've never seen that movie. I just don't care to. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not a Nightmare on Elm Street fan.
We gotta watch that.
I'm not a Nightmare on Elm Street fan.
We gotta watch it.
I don't need to.
You're gonna see this.
A hard pass. I'm all right. But 8 is Ari Lehman, and it's maybe unfair, but Ari he has his epic scene where he pops up out of the water and stuff at the end of the first one. Spoiler alert. Other than that, he's in it very quickly, and he's young, and he's not killing people. So, for a horror movie to have your main character in a role where he doesn't get to kill anybody, it's hard to rank him very high. And then 7, so this is out of the top 9 Jason actors. So 7 is Derek Mears because he did the remake. And I am sorry, Jennifer, please don't take this personal, but I fucking hate the remake. They had so much potential, but it was so fucking stupid.
That was produced by Michael Bay. How dare you?
Good, bad. It could have been produced by Jesus H. Christ.
Did you know the H stands for Hitler? Jesus, Hitler, Christ. Did you know that?
I thought it was Jesus.
Hitler.
I thought it was Jesus. He's Jesus Jesus. Holy Cristo, Batman.
Wouldn't it be J?
And then number 6 for me would be Tom Morga because fuck imposter Jasons. I am not a big fan of Part 5, when it's copycat Jason, because it's not Jason Voorhees, it's copycat Jason.
They tried something different,
and it was horrible.
And they
the movie wasn't the worst, but I don't, copycats work for Saw. They don't work where the killer is a supernatural being.
But in the order that the Friday the 13th films are made, it was a good decision to go from the death to the imposter to the resurrection.
Yeah.
But how did he get so, that's the thing. How did he get so strong? He's like picking people up and all that. It's like,
because he was crazy.
Cocaine.
So then for part 5, Richard Booker, so Tom Morga was part 5, and he was my 6th favorite.
Yeah, Booker would be 3.
Then Booker is for 3, and he's my 5th favorite, because we're just getting into Jason Voorhees royalty here at this point. Warrington Gillette for number 2 would be next. Ted White for number 4. And then CJ Graham, because of having so many kills and being so fucking brutal and thick. CJ Graham was great.
Good.
And then, of course, Kane Hodder is the number 1. So that's my ranking. Kane Hodder, CJ Graham, then Ted White, then Warrington Gillette, Richard Booker, and so on and so forth. So that's my ranking. Any objections to that?
No, that's good ranking. I think that's a solid ranking.
I would rank it differently, but that's okay.
Well, go fuck your mother. It's my order, or go fuck your mother. A reason, any specific reason that you would change any one of them, or that you care to divulge, sir?
Well, because for like part 2, there's 2 actors who played Jason.
Yeah.
So there's the guy who jumps through the window, who some people call the fake Jason. And then there's the guy who did the other stuff when they're like in Jason's house, where they let go the guy who jumped through the window. They brought in the other guy, but then the other guy didn't want to be in the limelight, so he just kind of got out of the whole thing. And then the guy who jumped through the window said that he did all the stunts. And that's when they made the documentary, the Crystal Lake documentary, where the other Jason pops up. And he's just like, no, he didn't do half these stunts. So for me I can rank Jasons, but I think people playing them is a little difficult, because even the guy like Kane Hodder in part 8, that's Derek Mears. Derek Mears is his stuntman. So he played Jason.
But I'm talking about the actor that was billed, as Jason for that one. And I understand that stunts, maybe other people did this and that. But to me, John, at the same point, that's like saying, well, everybody who, we can't rank our favorite Top Gun pilot because of all the stuntmen that stepped in for Tom Cruise, because we know he doesn't do his own stunts.
Well, can I start? I got a great example.
We are done here, sir. We are done.
But another thing too is a great example. You could take the first Predator and go, well, is it Predator was technically played by two different actors, and the weird one is the fact that you got Kevin Peter Hall, and then you got Jean-Claude Van Damme, believe it or not, was the one that was jumping through the trees doing all that stuff when he was invisible and all that. So, I mean, but when you're thinking of who played the Predator, you're thinking of the main guy, not the guy who does all the stunt stuff, but the one that's kind of more in front of the camera more.
Well, just the one that's built, the person that's
built. The one that's built, essentially. Yeah.
So that's where I went with it. Mm-hmm. And I kid about Tom Cruise, but I'm no, in all seriousness though, the way I look at it is there is the each whatever movie pick your actor, and then I'm not worried about anybody who did stunts for anybody else.
I just think that it's fun to see people who eventually played Jason do the stunts for somebody who is playing Jason. Like eventually they took over. Oh,
like Derek Mears coming in. Yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
So it's because it's stuff like what's his name?
Arlie Army, Gunnery Sergeant Arlie Army.
Like I don't buy into any of that stuff. So it's like, you he had one scene as Jason as a kid, and he pulled, and it's like 2 shots. So that's what he's kind of made.
No. Oh, you're talking. No, okay, hold on. You're talking about Ari Lehman
from part 1. Who's the guy from
yes.
part 1?
Okay. No, when you said Arlie, I thought you meant Arlie Army. I was like, he has nothing to do with the Jason.
Arlie Army.
Okay, no. So you're talking
Who's
about
that?
Ari Lehman, who was the kid for part 1.
Yeah.
Arlie Army is the gunnery sergeant in Full Metal Jacket, the drill instructor. Is that the Jelly Donut Private Pile?
Or he was also in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Yeah, but anyway, so no, you're talking about Ari Lehman. Was the in the first one? Ari Lehman was the guy that played the child,
right?
Voorhees.
So for me, like he would be number 10. Or whatever it is, how many there are. He would be like number 10.
I have out of 9, I have him ranked number 8.
Yeah, so because that he's kind of done it. I mean, and I guess good for him.
Yeah,
that it's that he could kind of do what he does off of that one scene and call himself the first Jason, which is
no,
true.
and that's what he does. He signs everything the first Jason, and signs a lot of stuff. And he's been in some other movies. He's not, I've never met him in person, so I can't say whether he's a nice guy or whatever, but I've not heard anything bad about him. But the only reason he is not dead last as my Jasons is just because I can't rank somebody who I've never seen. So that's where I just put Ken Kersinger in that bottom spot, because I don't know. I have no desire to watch Freddy versus Jason. Maybe it's good, but I just have no desire to. So
yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, Anthony?
I was surprised myself. Yeah.
Anthony is the greatest Jason Voorhees ever. So just put that out there. Yeah. Everybody's confused now. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? And we are a week away from Creep I.E. Aftermath. And as it says down below, tickets are on sale. Get them now. It's going to sell out. So, but how you doing, Anthony? But here we go. We are going to now we need to dive into ranking the movie. Okay, sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Hold on. I got the actors here, so I could quickly go through them. So like Kane would be number 1.
Okay.
CJ Graham would be number 2.
Okay.
Richard Booker would be number 3.
Wow.
Would be number 3. Ted White would be number 4.
Okay.
Warren Gillette would be number 5. They don't list them all here.
We have Tom Morga from part 5.
See, that's funny. They list Tom Shepard as part 5.
Oh, but we all know it's Tom Morga.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll move on then, because the list they're giving me is not correct. So it's I can name Jasons. I can't name them. The actors are too difficult, because I looked at 2 lists and the names are not correct. So they're naming the different actors, like the 2 actors from part 2.
Oh, like the stuntmen, because they're not actors, they're stuntmen that play. The part. Yeah. Yes, Anthony, dude, can't wait, man. Cannot wait. First, I got to get home from Vegas first. It's like I almost moved out here or something. What's going on, man?
Yeah,
but bro, cannot wait. It's gonna be epic. So yes. So then now ranking our movies.
I'll let you guys go first.
Okay. Now, should we? Do you want to do them? Like start at the bottom of the list and then go up, or do you want to say what our number 1 is and go down and to least favorite? How do you want to do this, John?
I think least to best.
Okay, that's what I'm prepared for. Okay. Are you able to say what your least favorite Friday the 13th is?
Yes. And my least favorite would be Jason Takes Manhattan.
Wow, that's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. Huh.
Why do you think that's interesting?
I have that just quite a bit higher. I enjoyed it. I enjoy that one.
I think it's too long. It's shot in Canada, except for one shot, and so you can clearly tell that it's not.
Yeah, no, I know it's not New York. And stuff, but...
Camp Crystal Lake it's not an ocean, so you're
Yeah,
not.
but
They
neither
can't,
is
they,
outer
they can't take
space
a
with-
boat, and you're not going to get a boat through there because there is
Well,
no
but they're-
boat.
they're- yeah. No.
So
I mean,
it should have been 2 movies. It should have been
Okay.
Jason on a boat and Jason in Manhattan. They should have made 2 films. So
Okay.
yeah, so
Okay.
so it's
Jason
my
on a boat.
least.
Jason
Yeah.
on a boat.
And
Part
it
13. Jason on a boat.
Jason on a boat.
Well, and it has the same
Jack
ending
through the heart over here.
as Friday the 13th, the series.
Yeah.
It's the same director as the series, as Friday the 13th, the series. Fred like Molin or Molly or however you say his last name. And it's the same thing where in 8, Jason turns into the kid. And then in the series, our main guy turns into a kid. It's like he just stole from himself and put it into part 8. Yeah, I thought it was long and boring. Yeah, I'm not a
Wow.
fan.
Okay. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that one.
Okay.
So for me, the lowest ranked one I have is Freddy versus Jason because I don't even care enough to watch
You
it.
haven't. I don't understand why. It's
But if I don't even care to watch it, it can't be as good as
it's
any of the
bloody
others.
as hell. It's
What?
beautifully
And
shot.
we
It's
gotta-
well
and
edited.
we gotta watch Nightmare on Elm Street, which I'm not a fan of.
What?
I know, blasphemy. I own them all. I own them all. You know what?
How?
Yeah, I haven't even seen all the Nightmare on Elm Street
They're
movies.
good.
Yeah, I just I don't
I
know.
even got the
I'm
party
not
with
hurting
Robert
me.
Englund. I mean, come on, man.
Okay, so then I will go with my second from the bottom. So we got 12. So that was number 12. So my 11th ranked is the remake.
Yep, that's me. That's my least favorite remake.
Well, that's your least favorite.
That's
Okay.
my least favorite is the remake. I'm sorry. I especially hate like towards the end when they're all. I mean, like the lead character is basically getting basically a fist fight with frickin' Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
It just took away that killer machine that can't be stopped, and it just took me out of it. Like with that whole ending scene.
I'm
I'm
going to
like,
get my
come
phone.
on.
Okay. John's getting his phone. So we'll give John just a moment to get his phone.
But
so
did
he
you
can
feel
get
that?
his list.
Did you feel that way with that
I just
ending
I
fight
thought I don't
scene?
honestly I remember very little about it because I was so pissed off by the end of it.
Yeah, I didn't. I
It was
didn't
just-
enjoy
it was-
I didn't
it was-
enjoy it.
The acting was bad. The
Yeah.
storyline was bad. The girls were like setting themselves up to die. It
There
just
wasn't very creative kills in it.
I didn't. I just it just didn't do anything for me. I was angry by the end of that, and I thought,
bone arrow.
you know, it was. And I just watched it not too long ago. It was just a few months ago, but I was frustrated by the end of that.
yeah.
I am.
Gail, what's up? Time for Wild Turkey 101. There we go. Time to get shitty.
I'm disagreeing with you on that one.
Maybe Jason hopped a ride on the Staten Island Ferry. That's probably what he did, and I wouldn't blame him. Staten Island Ferry is free, so take the
That's right.
ferry. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
John, your least favorite was Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yes, and
Okay,
I would have to put the remake.
as the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're in agreement on the remake. Okay.
But not for the same reasons that you are. I think the film is overly produced. I think it's way too expensive. You probably could have made like 3 or 4 Friday the 13th with that budget.
Yeah.
But I like that it started off with Jason in the bag mask. I liked how he, how he got the hockey mask. I like that he has the tunnels that he runs around in.
They made him like more of like a survival expert.
It's yeah. I mean, I think it had some great moments in it. I think that, but yeah, it would have to
It was
be
almost like he was just playing some wild game, huh? Okay, so then now we're up. So that was, we've done our least favorite, our second, and then now what is number 10 for you? Third from the bottom.
Final Friday. I just wrote FF down. So final Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday.
Oh, Jason Goes to Hell. Okay. I was like, final. I thought you were talking final chapter. I was going to lose my shit. But no, yeah, Jason Goes to Hell. We are in agreement. We are in agreement.
No Jason throughout the whole film.
Yeah, Jason Goes to Hell, man.
That's not even really get
yeah.
Friday the 13th
Yeah, it's
movie.
different killers.
You could stamp a different name on that, and you wouldn't feel. You could say it's not Friday the 13th.
I like it more
that
these
was so
days
weird.
than I used to, but especially the unrated version, the director's cut is a lot better.
Yeah.
But
well, and don't get me wrong,
yeah,
I could rewatch that. I would rewatch Jason Goes to Hell many times before watching the remake. You know, there's that big of a gap for me. The remake just frustrates the shit out of me. So okay, but that's good. So I'm glad we agree on that.
Agreement on that.
So then my next one up the list for me would be Jason X. Jason Goes to Space is my next one. Where are you at?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Phil on that one too, because it's too cheesy and all that.
Not
I feel
me.
like also like the design of the costume and everything. I mean, they got pretty lazy with it.
That's Uber
It's
Jason.
not even decaying or anything anymore. I mean, it's
Uber Jason. I think that's the best looking Jason.
Oh,
that he has for Jason X is the best looking costume that they have.
Yuck. Oh no.
He's got the big chain. Yeah, it's awesome looking.
Okay.
So 8 remake, Final Friday, and then part 1.
Oh,
we're done with John. We don't.
All right, that's John.
Go fuck yourself.
Surprise! I would have thought.
It doesn't have Jason in it. It's
because you're such a purist for a lot of stuff.
Doesn't matter.
Surprise. Okay, go ahead and hit
Nightmare on Elm Street wouldn't be my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street either. So, I mean, there's better than part 4 is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street, so that would come before the first one.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
So, I mean, I do like Kevin Bacon
Fascinating.
getting, arrowed, but
yeah,
that's
well, and this is what makes it so fun is hearing each other's thoughts and just
surprised,
being blown away of how wrong John is.
Yeah. Let's go back to your Jason pick.
Okay. So for me, so that's where. So I was with Jason X there, and you were with part 1.
Part 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So then my next one would be part 5, A New Beginning. That is one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, my 8th favorite would be A New Beginning, part 5.
Wow.
And that's because I hate the copycat. I hate the copycat, Jason.
Sad. I love it.
I think kind of messed that up.
Where are you with your 8th favorite?
That would be Freddy vs. Jason.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably agree with. Well, that's the thing too. Is like, well, me and see, we can have that because I agree with John on that one. Yeah, Freddy versus Jason would be my ranking for that one.
It's
I've seen
another
Both me and him have
film.
seen it.
Yeah.
It made a ton of money, but it was so expensive to make.
Yeah.
So it's like it's once again that's the great thing about the Friday movies is that's why Paramount kept making them over and over again. Is because they were so cheap. And they made all their money back their opening weekend. So they're like, oh, good. We just tripled our budget. Now let's make part 4. Oh, look, now we just tripled our budget again. Let's make part 5. And when you have these films where it's like, the remake or Freddy vs. Jason, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's a $50 million budget. That's the entire series.
Yeah.
Well, and I think for me, with Jason versus Freddy was, I mean, like I was going to the theater expecting because I did not know that Kane Hodder wasn't involved when I went to go see the movie. And then when I found out it wasn't Kane Hodder, because you can really tell because the guy doesn't move like Kane Hodder and everything. That's really what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Kane Hodder versus Robert Englund. That's the 2 originals having at it. I don't want to see somebody else, I wanted to see the 2 classics. That's the reason why you go and see something like that. It's like, even if you take like the old monster movies versus, what was it, Wolfman versus Frankenstein? They still had Lon Chaney versus, but in
that sense, I mean, Kane Hodder didn't come around till like the 7th movie. So I mean, like there was 6 Jasons before him in that sense. But I get what you're saying.
But he played,
he's like the
Well, 'cause,
everybody loves
everybody liked
yeah.
him the
you know, a
best.
little bit.
So then
But-
here's a question for you guys. A quick question, because I don't want to get too off subject here.
Yeah.
Team Jason or Team Freddy?
Oh, Team Jason. Are you kidding me? All day long.
Freddy.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we could spoil it at this point. Jason won. Jason won anyways. Sorry, dude.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He's carrying Freddy's head, and Freddy winks right into the camera. That was the agreement. That was the agreement. They're neither one, so that way they could make another one.
I still feel
Neither
bad.
one. So
Well,
plus,
okay.
Freddy vs. Jason has a really good director, Ronnie Yu, who ended up doing Bride of Chucky. So he's that's why the film looks beautiful. It looks gorgeous. It looks like Once Upon a Time in China. You know, it looks like a beautiful Asian movie.
So what was your number 8 again? Which one did you say? Oh no, you said Freddy versus Jason. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Okay, so what about number 7? What is your 7th favorite Friday the 13th?
3.
I agree. That is we're in agreement on that.
Oh, okay.
Now what is do you have a reason? I have a specific fucking reason for why it falls where it does. One specific fucking reason. Because it's a good movie. But
mine is it's shot in 3D. It was originally shot in 3D, so it looks really awkward. It's not one of Steve Miner's best directing jobs. I think he did part 2 better. He also did Halloween H2O, which looks really nice. I don't like Jason's look. You know, when he does take off the mask. I don't like that Jason rapes a girl in it. Because that was like her flashbacks. Our main actress is in the timeline doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
So
that either.
she keeps having the nightmares, and then she tells one of the girls there that she was chased by somebody, and it ended up being that basically Jason raped her. I don't like that. There's just stuff like that I wasn't a big fan of. But once again, I could watch it. I can watch any of these anytime.
Okay. Yeah, no, I could watch any of them too. But so my reasoning for my if there's the main thing I hated about part 3 was that they stopped filming in New York and they filmed it in California. And you went from all these gorgeous trees and this beautiful camp to this really ugly landscape that's in California where they shot it. The trees are more sparse. It's not as green. You have a lot of the chaparral in the background instead of trees. And just the scenery looked like shit. It looked like California. And this is supposed to be in like upstate New York or New Jersey or something, right? But so Jersey. Okay. So it's not supposed to be anybody who's ever been in a forest on the East Coast, you cannot. There's no comparison between how dense and green the forests are over there to all the campfire fuel burned down, dried ass trees that are in California. So I hated once I saw the landscape in the background. I was so upset. I was like, they filmed this fucking thing in California, damn it. And I went and looked at the filming locations. And sure enough, I was in California, and that just it upset me that the franchise moved to California.
And that's why I didn't like part 8. That is clearly not New York.
Yeah.
You know, except for when Jason is standing in Times Square.
Yeah. No, but the forest. I mean, the forest from Canada to the forest around Jersey, New York, and stuff are going to look the same more than they would in California. But I understand what you're saying about that. It not looking like what it should look like. I get it. Yeah.
I guess if you don't put landmarks or something, that's probably what really annoyed me with, because they were supposed to go to landmarks, but it was too expensive. But they did that with a few films, like Texas Chainsaw 3. That's all California, when it should be Texas. There's even a couple shots of palm trees. And of course, the original Halloween, you could clearly see palm trees in the background.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, there's all kinds of movies, or like even TV shows, like take Dexter. the TV show Dexter. It's supposed to all be in Florida, right? In Miami. There's many, many times where you see Dexter driving a car or somebody driving a car and you see mountains in the background. There's no mountains in Florida. They're like, there are no mountains in Florida. So for there to be a mountain in the background, you're like, oh, there's like, well, I'm surprised I don't even see the Hollywood sign. Because there's I forget what road they were on, but they were turning like two famous roads in Hollywood, and I'm like, oh fuck, I recognize you could see the street sign.
And they
like,
just play it off.
And then you see the mountain in the background. You're like, dude, there's no fucking mountain in Florida.
That'd be great if we did see the Hollywood sign. No, it's Hollywood, Florida.
Yeah, Hollywood, Florida. Exactly. But no, so that really bugged me about part 3. Otherwise, I was kind of okay with part 3. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay. But I was so irked the whole film. I was just so pissed off about the landscape. Okay. Well then, this obviously we're going to have a different view on part 6 because mine you have already covered. What is your 6th favorite Jason X? Okay. So, and that was my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was my 9th. And you know, and I understand it was so cheesy and over the top, but I side more with you than I do with Matt on Jason's look. It was so different, and it wasn't classic Jason, but it was so absurd that you were in outer space with Jason that I was like, fuck it, make an over the top badass. I make a fucking Jason Cenobite here. Let's go. Let's fuck people up. What
threw me off too is about Jason's look and Jason X is the fact that, like, if you notice throughout the series and everything, he's decaying more, and then it's supposed to be Jason X is supposed to be taking place much further along, and now all of a sudden he's.
But
I'm going to completely disagree with that, because from 7 to 8, then he magically healed. From
Agreed.
7 to 8.
Well, they just made it more wet.
Remember? Well, no,
it's different effects artists.
He was blown into
directors.
a million pieces. He was a million pieces, and he all came back together. So he had that kind of regenerating ability. So but I get what you're saying, man. I do like.
I mean, you can look at
it's like slime coming off of him and his face falling apart and stuff, but.
Because it's different. He looks more like the Frankenstein monster in this. And plus you have David Cronenberg at the very beginning of it. That is great. I love when David Cronenberg acts. And because he's an awesome actor. And it's like having Werner Herzog in a film where he's an actor. You're just like, fuck, that's Werner Herzog. Yeah. And I liked that. And I liked all the weapons and the for people that are scientists, the girls were like all slutty and stupid, and the guys were, the guys were all punks but dumbasses, and
it was so over the top that it was fun. It does have a special place in my heart, in my ranking,
and I love stuff where they put it in outer space. To me, that's not a graveyard. They say that's where movies go to die.
If you start talking about the Fast and the Furious, I'm going to remove you for a third time.
Look, you have to admit, though, Jason X does have quite a bit of comedy to it. Especially like when they first find Jason and, where he's frozen and everything. And they're like, what is he wearing? And they're like, and she looks it up and she goes, oh, that is called what they call a hockey mask. It's facial armor from a sport that was outlawed. And I forgot what it was outlawed in year 2024.
Yeah, so I thought all that stuff was funny, and then because if you look at the progression, kind of going off what Matt said with what Jason looks like, you would have like in part 8 when all the toxic waste goes over him, he kind of dissolves and stuff. So the fans have said that in part 9, which is Jason Goes to Hell, the reason why the mask is embedded in his face is from the toxic waste.
Yeah, he's all more bloated and he does look a little more chemically burned.
Yeah, but Adam has said no, that's not the case.
Oh, really?
I tend to think it's the case. Yeah, he doesn't, but it matches. It works.
Yeah, no, and the I mean, this is the beauty of Jason is that we all get to kind of interpret it our own way in all movies. You as a fan interpret it the way you want to interpret it. So just because they directed the film doesn't make them correct.
Well, yeah, because in all these series, everything Freddy doesn't look the same in every movie because they had different effects artists. You know, Pucky doesn't look the same because they had different effects artists. So
mine for this particular spot is Jason Takes Manhattan. This, in theory, sounds like a movie I would hate because you're taking Jason away from Camp Crystal Lake. And to me, the Camp Crystal Lake is what this series is all about. You know, that's where Jason got started because, like, that's where the magic happens. And so you're leaving Crystal Lake. I just didn't think I would like it. But the kills on the boat ride, the people that I did not like the teacher guy or whatever, that you're like, this fucker needs to die. He gets killed. So you're like, kind of, yeah, that's cool. I didn't mind it as much. Some of the boat scene stuff was a little slow, but I didn't mind it. And I know, you know, in movie making, believe me, when I'm like, oh, Jason Takes Manhattan, I want to see him, you know, standing in front of the Empire State Building. I want to see him walking around Times Square. I want to see all these famous landmarks from New York. And yeah, we got mostly alleyways and stuff that were, you know, shot in Canada. But I still enjoyed it. I think more of the reason I enjoyed it was for what happened on the boat than what happened, you know, after they got to New York. So, but that's where I'm at, and really, that's one where I'm like, where I say, you know, we're allowed to be hypocrites with the way we rank or way we view things. That's one that I'm a little bit of a hypocrite to my own basis for why I like stuff.
Yeah, I'd still bring Manhattan would be still higher up on my list. And I love that one image. Whenever I think of a Jason, like a classic Jason scene, and that's the part where the girl was on the boat and he comes crashing through like the window and tries to grab a hold of her. And then I think when she stabs him in the eye.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I always think about when I think of, you know, classic Jason imagery. That's one that comes to mind for me.
Yeah, that was a cool scene right there. Yeah, it was a cool kill.
Yeah. Well, she didn't kill. He didn't kill, but she fended him off. It was the lead character.
But you're saying the stabbing it? But wasn't the one girl get stabbed in the eye with something?
I think it might have been sometime in there, but I keep thinking of when he comes crashing through and tries to grab a hold of her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, but speaking of being a hypocrite, you know, I have Jason Goes to Hell, which is a very different movie, way up here, and then I have Jason X way down here. So it's like, you know, and including part 5 is like in the middle. So it's kind of like they should almost all be grouped together because they're all different. But they're not. For
we like reason. What we like, and there's no rhyme or reason why. So then your 5th favorite Friday the 13th, John Ward.
Part 5.
Your 5th favorite. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that was a little bit down for me because I wasn't a fan of the you know, the copycat.
The fake. Yeah.
But all in all, it was a good movie. We love Tommy. You know, Tommy it's a weird role in that. You kind of at times maybe a love-hate relationship with him, but all in all, I didn't mind it so much. Although, again, it was very much looked like somebody's farm in California. It didn't look like the East Coast at all, and that kind of, you know, took away from it for me a little bit because California farms and stuff are very dusty and dry, and the trees are, you know, brittle and not very green. Where on the East Coast, the ground is always moist. You know, it's darker ground. There's not dust blowing.
Moist.
So it's moist. Yes.
Moist.
But
they did have with part 5 though. Is the characters are hilarious in part 5. Everything is so white trash. You know, you have the guy who's for some reason he's a psycho, but they give him an axe to chop wood. Yeah. And then the big fat guy with all the candy coming out of his mouth. And he's just like, here's a candy. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. And then the guy axes him in the back. And then you got the one guy who stutters that likes the girl. And when he hits on her, she laughs at him. She's like, I would never fuck you. And it's just, I think her name is Tiffany. And she's the punk girl. And she does the the dance to the Pseudo Echo song. It's stuff like that. You got the white trash mom with her son racing around on the motorcycle who gets his head cut off. That's the stuff I like about it. So I can forgive the imposter stuff. I think the characters are actually really funny.
Yeah. I just because of the supernatural element to Jason, that kind of got me on that one. But it's still a fun movie. It is still fun. Okay, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am at New Blood on next. I know this is it's part 7, and I know a lot of people have part 7 ranked very, very high.
That's my number 1.
And that's Matt's number one. But part 7. But part 7 probably has like a favorite kill in the franchise, the sleeping bag with the girl getting bashed.
Well, and what I liked about part 7, I did like some of the cool supernatural things with the girl that's got the psychic powers and all that type of stuff. It added something new and different to the franchise a little bit, and it was kind of refreshing to see something, actually like him being, Jason to actually, face off with somebody that's kind of going toe to toe with them, like the girl with the psychic powers. And wasn't Tommy Jarvis was Tommy Jarvis in that one too, or no?
In 7, no,
he was in 6. That was 6. That's okay.
Yeah. It's I'm trying to get to her name here because I can't believe I'm blanking on her. Elizabeth Caton. So I think did she get thrown out a window? She has the red hair and she's really digging like one of the guys in it. Her friend is the shorter friend who's not as attractive as her. But I was with Cliff Macmillan, who I'll name drop, from
Shout.
Oh my God. Shout Factory, thank you. Or Scream Factory, yeah.
Out.
And what's that?
I was just saying shout, let it all out.
I'm going to.
Okay.
And we were at a convention and she was there. Cliff knew somebody who knew her and we hung out with them for a day and I asked her out. And she goes, "You're cute, but I have a boyfriend." And I say, I'll take the cute. Thank you. I'll take the cute. So she was a huge thing for me in that because she was also in Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. She was in Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. But the best thing in that movie is Jason. I think that's his second best look. He looks like Godzilla when he pops out of that water, and it's completely Godzilla with the rib cage going down his back like Godzilla's. He has the spikes going down the back.
Definitely the coolest looking Jason.
Yeah,
definitely the coolest looking Jason.
I probably agree with that.
And he breathes a lot. You didn't get that from Jason up until him. Is Kane finally made Jason an actual character, and with personality and everything.
Well, and so the most important thing to come out of this conversation is the fact that I said shout, let it all out. Matt got the reference. You didn't get the reference though, or
I do know Tears for Fears. Tears for Fears.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
I was a little discombobulated over here, like kind of baffled that you weren't throwing some lyrics out back at us or anything. So
no.
Okay,
I was just trying to get through it so we could move on.
Okay, we're good. All right. So yeah, and that's where here's the problem for me at this point. The top 5 are all great, and it's hard to pick favorites, and so that's just why that one fell there.
Yeah, it's just kind of just putting them in order at this point of what's your most favorite, not about tearing it down and going, I hate this about this. Yeah.
So
also part 7 feels like a Hammer movie. Because you had brought up Hammer earlier.
Yeah.
And it feels like a Hammer movie. It's shot very
like locations and stuff. And
it's like the camera work and stuff is very 1970s Hammer. Or like this more 60s into the 70s, very Hammer feeling. It feels very gothic.
Okay. Yeah. So then number 4. What's your number 4?
4.
4 is 4. Okay.
Yep. Final chapter.
So and I'm at 6 on that one, and I love 6 because CJ Graham was just violent. That I think was the most kills we had aside from X. So it was just it was fucking crazy, violent, as they all are. But I really liked CJ Graham, what he did with the character, and I just
well,
it was
6
good.
the 6 is the first one where we hear footsteps. So if you watch 6 again, you hear Jason's walking.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Yeah,
and you never heard that in the previous ones. And also, he replaced an actor. So the guy that was Jason before him has like no shoulders at all. Like they were completely like
you're talking about from part 5?
No, in part 6.
Oh, like they fired the actor and brought CJ Graham in?
Brought CJ Graham in, yeah, because this guy, they were Paramount was looking at the footage, like the dailies, and this guy's shoulders were like this.
Oh,
they weren't like this.
Well, because he was just ripped. His neck, probably the muscles just went.
Well, they said we can't use him. He doesn't look like Jason. We can't use him. So then they brought in CJ Graham, who then did have that muscular look, and he had good shoulders and stuff like that. And so their issue with this one guy was just your shoulders are like that. You don't have muscles in your shoulders. Yeah. So when you watch the film, his footage is in there. You can actually see.
Wow.
Okay. Interesting.
And what I like about part 6 is I do like that they brought in the Tommy Jarvis character back and everything. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like when I love when franchises can bounce back and find bring those characters back, and Tommy Jarvis, it's like, I have a bone to pick with you, Jason. He's back, I thought that was cool.
Tommy, I think from Jason,
like that.
Aside from Jason, Tommy's the only other character to be. Well, he was in 3 movies because he's in 4, 5, and 6. So I don't know that any of the other characters were in that many movies.
No.
Yeah, I guess Tommy Jarvis is kind of like the
Well, 6 is the one that saved the series. So it's the humor is perfect, the directing is perfect, the writing is perfect, the actors are perfect. Alice Cooper doing the title song is perfect.
Yeah.
Just that shot of when the RV goes on its side and it's on fire and Jason rolls up on top of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. No, go on.
No, I was about to say, because I keep thinking of that RV. That had one of the funniest kills. When he smashes the guy's face through the RV, the side of the RV, it looks like a side of a crushed can.
Funny thing about that is John Travolta's nephew.
Really?
He lives out here in Vegas, and and he accepted a friend request from me.
Oh, cool!
But this is of course before my account got taken down, so I can't. I'd have to refund him. But it was really bizarre. Is I would put up these posts, and he would comment very strangely on them, and I just saying weird stuff. So I don't. Because it was just like, oh, cool, he lives out here in Vegas. Maybe I could work with him. That'd be awesome to have him like in a film. And then he just got kind of weird. So I don't know.
Did you ever ask him if he knew his uncle ruined The Punisher?
Oh, wow.
Man,
your buddy Tom Jane in it.
What's that?
That has your buddy Tom Jane in it.
No, that is my favorite Punisher movie. But the only bad thing about that movie is the abysmal acting of Mr. Saturday Night Fever himself. Yes,
wow, I'd have to rewatch it.
Yeah, I love the movie, but John Travolta mailed it in. It was horrible.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think John Travolta's a good actor anyways. Yeah. Nope, that's a story for another.
I thought he was amazing in Face Off, but story.
Go through his resume and look. He has like 200 films, and he has like 5 good ones.
He's hit and miss. Saturday Night Fever is one of my all-time favorite movies.
No, I mean,
I love
great.
him. Blowout, he's really good in. Look Who's Talking 3, he's really good in.
Yes. Okay. So back to the issue at hand. Back to the issue at hand. So then obviously, so you rated 4 as 4.
It's the most brutal of all the movies. If you actually look at it, it is the most brutal because that's before the MPAA got involved.
Yeah. But now 4 is where we start out with young Tommy and the friend in the cemetery digging up Jason, right?
No, that's part 6.
Yeah, that's part 6 where it's like
Part-
the lightning comes down.
Part
and
4 is in the hospital with the orderly named Axel, who's watching Aerobicize on Showtime, and all the girls' butts are going up and down.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be making out with the nurse.
Okay. Then forgive me because I misremembered there then. So I'm flipping. I am putting 4 at 4. I'm going to put 4 at 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and spoiler alert, then I put 6 at number 3.
Okay. So my number 3 then would be 6.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
We're actually in agreement on a lot of these.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aside from John and this fucking Jason X thing, I don't understand it.
I don't understand.
And Philip and his Freddy versus Jason thing.
Yeah.
I'm too good for
watch
it.
the freaking thing. Even if it's you think it's gonna be bad. Even if it's gonna be bad, watch it. Give it a chance.
You know how many shitty movies I've had to sit through in my life?
I know, right?
But it's
Why
not a
don't you
shitty
give this
movie.
one a chance?
Yeah, no, I'm done.
There's a great scene of Jason on fire walking through a cornfield killing people.
So
it's freaking awesome.
I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you something. I'll just, not to dive too far off subject here or anything, but I am with where I am with, no, I can't really say that, but I'm not a big fan of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I've already mentioned that. Another franchise that I have not watched yet because I just don't give a fuck, kind of like I just don't give a fuck about Freddy versus Jason. I've only seen the very first Child's Play movie because the rest of them, I just don't give a fuck. I just don't care.
Look at the
So,
shock.
I know.
Look,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
getting shocked and look
Yeah,
at
I
him.
know. Yeah.
You
I
understand
feel the
that
same
that is
way.
my
Yeah.
that is
I
my
just-
all-time favorite slasher series.
second one is
It's better than
amazing.
Halloween. It's better than Friday the 13th.
It's a doll.
It's better than Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Chucky
No.
is the best thing that has ever been created as far as
No,
a slasher
I know people love
Oh,
Chucky and everything, and my thing is I just don't care.
This is
I
where
just-
you're yelling,
I just don't care.
"You're killing me, Smalls!"
Yeah.
Look
Oh
at
no,
that.
I saw your picture. That's very cool. And I do have that same Funko sitting on my shelf at home.
Oh no, you're not allowed to have it anymore.
Yeah. No, I saw the first one.
No. Well,
I
this
saw
is Bride of Chucky. This is Bride of Chucky.
Yeah. Well, hey.
See, there's Tiffany.
Yeah. No, you know what? Maybe someday I'll watch them. I keep telling myself I'm going to watch them, and then I go to watch them, and I'm like, yeah, he's a fucking doll.
Every movie
Child's
is
Play 2 is
perfect.
amazing. I love
Every
it.
season of the TV show, they're up to season 3 is perfect. I cannot wait for season 4, which is supposed to take place in space.
Really?
Are you?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Are you putting dicks in your mouth there? What are you doing? Yeah.
I'm putting
yeah.
Chucky's stick in my mouth.
Blow
Yeah,
Chucky.
Like I said, then we get
The
demonetized.
rumor is Chucky in space is season 4.
Okay, nice. So, well, this is. I'm kind of
Wow.
curious because I don't remember what you had said. I don't remember what you're missing off your list. But we're down to our top 2 now.
Yep.
And well, no, were we at 3? We did
No, because we
4,
both had 6.
And okay, we both had 6 at 3. Okay, so then part 2. What is your second favorite in the franchise?
Part 7.
It's 7. Okay, and mine is 2.
Mine's 6.
Okay.
And
So-
then my first one, which I already said would be part 2.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So
There is
you have 2
something
favorites, 7 and 6.
about part
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
that I can't put my finger on of why I think it's one. It has to do with some of the women that are in it. Like a
Yeah.
lot of people love Amy Steele, that they think that she's one of the best like final girls. I like that it's one. I like part 2 because there were 2 other films made around the same time, and that was Madman and The Burning.
Oh, yeah.
And so all 3 of those movies are the same film. If you were to watch them back to back, they're the same movie.
Yeah.
And they're even shot in like the same locations, like just up and down the lake. And I like that they go from the camp into town and they're at the bar. There's something about part 2, except for the ending where it's never explained where the lead actress's boyfriend goes. She keeps going, "Where's Paul? Where's Paul?" And nobody, not to this day, nobody knows where Paul went.
Well, fuck him.
So fuck him.
Yeah. No, so I have part 2 as my second, and then part 1 as my favorite.
Okay.
I understand we don't get Jason Voorhees as the killer in part 1, but we're introduced to the franchise and we love the franchise. So if it wasn't for part 1, we wouldn't have none of the others. But I love, they go to the camp. We don't know who's doing the killing. We don't know what's going on until later. And I mean, some of the kills, were just great, but it's in the camp. It's at the lake, and it's at the big lake. It's not at like the little bootleg small ponds that they try to pretend were big lake in California and stuff. 1 and 2, I love just because it has the East Coast feel. It looks like Camp Crystal Lake. None of the other movies look like Camp Crystal Lake. So that's why 1 and 2 will always be my favorites. And then I really, the idea that we don't get Jason in the hockey mask yet, we haven't really established that. He's, we're just getting our first taste of Jason. I really like that. And there's parts where I'm like, you know what, maybe 2 is my favorite, but I got to stick with the original because it's what brought us a franchise.
And I do like what you were talking about. Nobody knows who the killer is. So it has that bit of a mystery feel to it and everything. But also, setting that up with, Pamela Voorhees and all that other stuff. That's very imperative to the reason why Jason comes back and is doing the killing. It's revenge for them beheading his mom. Yeah, I was trying to get revenge for him.
Yeah, but the mom was getting revenge for what happened to her son, and then the tables turn and
tables switched. Yeah, so I understand that. Yeah,
but that's so. The interesting part are real big differences there are with part 1, where you have that quite a bit further down, and Jason X. But for the most part, we're fairly well in line. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it's a fun franchise, and maybe someday I'll watch Freddy versus Jason. But
let's give it a shot.
I just don't know what the.
Yeah, my thing is, here's my thing. If there's, you can tell me it's the greatest movie ever, but we're hypothetical here.
Okay.
You can tell me a movie is the greatest movie ever, but if I don't give a shit, I just don't give a shit. It has to be something I want to see. I have no desire to see Freddy versus Jason.
Then another thing too is you're going into it with low expectations, so maybe you'll watch it. You actually will enjoy it.
Yeah. But then it can't really be added to a list.
That's why I kind of am not ranking it. It's kind of just at the bottom or what, I'm not ranking it. I'm not saying it's the worst. I'm just saying I can't rank it. So I just put it at the bottom. So, but if I have an argument why it is the worst is because I don't even care to watch it. So if I have no desire to watch a movie, they failed me right off the bat. So, but I mean, my whole thing is there are not many versus movies I like.
Oh,
Batman versus Superman can fuck off. I don't care. They're both good guys. Why the fuck are good guys fighting? Jason versus Freddy. They're both bad guys. Why are they fighting? They should be in
you'll never know unless you watch them.
Right.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll care enough to put it on. I know, we'll see.
And there's reasons why Freddy and Jason are fighting. And there's reasons why Batman and Superman are fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I've seen Batman versus Superman. I've seen that one, and it was okay. But
oh my God.
You're
such a poop. You're such an old man.
Yeah.
Still, Travis plays the one that surprised the ever living crap out of me. I thought you saw like all of them at least.
No.
Or at least more than one.
My thing, I
was surprised. That was a huge surprise.
So I'm.
You don't have to explain yourself right now.
Creature features, man. Creature features.
That's not a creature. That's a supernatural doll.
It's a doll. It's a doll. It's not.
No, it's supernatural. It's not like a monster.
Yeah. No. Okay. It is not a. It is not a creature feature. In my mind, anything that is not a human being is a creature. So it's, Jaws, it's Godzilla, it's King Kong, it's Swamp.
Chucky?
No,
You still like Pumpkinhead?
yeah, no, and that's why I said I'm allowed to be a hypocrite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not saying I don't like it or it's a bad franchise. I'm not saying that about Nightmare on Elm Street either. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I just don't care.
I love Child's Play too, though. That was my favorite. That was a good one.
Maybe
That was a fun. It was fun. That was a very fun one.
That's what they based the whole TV series off of, is part 2.
Well, and I'll tell you, my most favorite thing about Child's Play is the Ghetto Boys song, the rap song about Chucky. It's a great fucking song. I don't know if it was ever in one of the movies, but Ghetto Boys song, Chucky, it's great. If you hear it.
It would be a new one. When did that song come out?
No, like maybe the 90s, maybe early 90s. Ghetto Boys, like they're dead now. They're not, like, I don't think 2 of them are even alive. So don't you go playing no music on this here live stream, sir. You get it demonetized and flagged and stuff. But get the Ghetto Boys song, So with Bushwick Bill, I think Bushwick Bill died.
Oh, that's a little guy, right?
What is it? Chucky, song by Ghetto Boys. That's what the name of the song is. It's just Chucky.
Yeah, it's called Chucky. Yeah.
But what movie was it in, though?
I don't know that it was in a movie at all. They just made a song called Chucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my favorite thing about Chucky, is that song. Yeah, it's a great song. It's a great song.
Weird.
Yeah. No, listen to that rap song. It'll make you it'll make you want to go out and start killing some people. It's great.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, Ghetto Boys were great, man. They got some great music. But anyways, well, John, it has been fun, sir. We're 2 hours and 4 minutes in. I don't want this to be a 9-hour live stream because I do want people to be able to watch and just hear our thoughts on the movies and the franchise and stuff. And I do want everybody to be able to go watch some horror movies, Friday the 13th or anything tonight. So we'll do. Matt, do you have final thoughts that you'd like to?
That's really cool. We were all like really in agreement with a lot of them.
Yeah,
it's really cool. I mean, it's like, we love it. There's the good ones and everything. How we ranked it. I mean, it was really surprising. I was actually, of course. Where do you want me to go? You bastard.
Yeah.
But then, I thought that was cool. And there's also some other stuff. I mean, I wasn't going to dive too deep because I read all the comic books too.
Who puts knives up in the dishwasher? Tyler, it's awesome. Oh man, no, yeah. That's when you don't like your family members, is when you put the knives pointing up in the dishwasher.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. All the time. I know. I'm a hypocrite. There are
Mario. You're wrong. You're wrong, Mario. I just saw that. You're wrong.
Yeah. No.
You're wrong.
Mario's the only person I've ever heard say anything bad about the Chucky show. Everybody loves it that I know that's seen it.
Something.
It just gets better and better and better.
Oh, Bushwick Bill, maybe because being a little guy had a moniker of Chucky. Okay, DG, nice. I just love good Ghetto Boys.
But just in case, if anybody is more inquisitive about more of the backstory on Jason Voorhees and Camp Crystal Lake and that sort of thing, Image Comics came out with a whole series, and it's about the history of Camp Crystal Lake and how it became cursed grounds and stuff like that. So, totally worth checking out those comic books by Image Comics. They're very, very good stories. Very cool. Nice. Very fascinating.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, when was that, like a 90s thing, 2000s?
No, it was like 2000s.
Okay.
I think it's 2000 when it came out.
Okay, cool. John, final thoughts or anything else you want to add to the conversation about Friday the 13th?
Well, to kind of go along with Matt, the good thing about the comic books is that they did team ups. Like I remember Topps Comics had Jason. I think it was Leatherface.
That was a cool one. That was a cool one. That was a cool story.
So that's really where we can finally get all of our team ups that they're not doing anymore. So I'm surprised that they haven't. And I still would like for them to do and this isn't Friday the 13th, but it's a team up, is Halloween, which would be, Pinhead meets Michael.
They were going to make a movie of that, weren't they?
They were all on board.
Michael Myers, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah, Clive Barker was going to direct it. Carpenter was going to write it. and it was
Wow.
the shit. I'm blanking on the producer for Halloween, and he stopped it. He said, "No, you know, Makafa, whatever, said, no, you are not going to make fun of my Michael Myers," and they stopped it. So
Bummer.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I maybe we also would have went more into some of the backstory of how Michael Myers is this unstoppable killing machine.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been cool.
Yeah. No, that might have been a versus I might like to see. Those
That would have been cool. That would have been cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, here you go. Yes, when I'm mad, I'm ready to slay. The graveyards are packed, but it ain't nothing but child's play. Yeah, they're right there. Great quote from Ghetto Boys, from the Ghetto Boys song.
no, Mario, you're wrong.
No, right, you're wrong. Oh man. What do y'all think about Trick or Treat? The one with Ozzy and Gene Simmons, or Trick or Treat?
I like Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
I never saw the Trick or Treat.
Yeah, with Ozzy and Gene Simmons.
No,
I think I've seen it like a long time ago. I've been looking for it.
Mhm.
I found a copy. Remember at Zia not too long ago, but it was like way overpriced. So I think they wanted like $30.
Yeah,
or something.
that's a lot.
So, but I do need to get a copy of that still. Debo versus Jason. Jason, that's my mic, punk.
Yeah, with those wonky eyes.
Oh man. So anyways, John, I don't think we allowed you to finish. Did you have any more final thoughts aside from the stories, books, or possible remakes or anything? Anything else to add?
You're wrong, Mario. No, I mean it's a great series. Even though they have their ups and downs, I love them all, and I can watch pretty much any of them, even the ones that I think are the worst. I can watch again. Yeah. So it's but if they're going to continue doing what they're doing, then they should just stop. I think the remake of Friday is better, a hell of a lot better than the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street
or the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my God, that
I mean, like the new one.
The new one was just awful.
Oh, yeah,
they need to stop. If this is the way it's going to be, they just leave it alone. Let us have what we have, and okay. Since Mario keeps saying I'm wrong, I'm going to point out that he's spelling "you're" wrong. It's YOU_RE.
Grammar, please. I don't have a police. I need a police siren. We kid. Okay, let's not beat each other. So now then, I think the one final ultimate question, and I don't want to spend too much time on it, getting into debating on why and everything, but where do you put Friday the 13th as a franchise compared to the others, as far as like, is it the greatest horror franchise of all time? Or, do you have an idea where you would rank it?
It would be in the top 5, but I mean, my favorite would be Chucky, then Scream, then
Scream over Friday, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then maybe Freddy, and then Jason, and then Texas. After
I don't
that,
even know why we're talking to you. I don't even know why I had you on the show tonight, John.
We ain't talking. You have no right to talk until you watch Jason vs. Freddy, man.
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
So, yeah, it is very hard to pick favorites, and that's what's so tough. But for me, Friday the 13th is definitely in the top 5. Scream is definitely in the top 5. And as much as I hate to say it, because there's been so many fucking bad movies, Halloween is in the top 5, because the ones that have been good have been really fucking good. And so those 3 are definitely there. But and here's the tough thing, because of how fucking good 1 and 3 are. I think The Exorcist has to be in the top 5, and it's tough. So amongst all those, I don't know where I'd put it, but I would guess it's because of how iconic it is and how much it has been a huge part of the progression of slasher films and like kind of the face of the slasher genre. Man, it's got to be probably in my top 3, but I don't know if I can do top.
Wow, really?
I'd say Friday the 13th is in my top 3. It's in my.
I don't think. Yeah, Chucky is probably not in my top 10.
But you haven't even watched Chucky, so
I've seen the first one. That's enough. Yeah. Because I would put the Omen ahead of Chucky. I would put Exorcist ahead of Chucky. I would put Scream,
I can't
Friday
put
the
Devlin
13th.
Exorcist
Even though I'm not a big fan, I would put Nightmare on Elm Street above Chucky. Saw is also probably in my top.
Oh, Saw would be number 3. So so it would be Chucky, Scream. No, I take that back. It would probably be Chucky, Saw, Scream.
Those two are tough, man.
Because I'm also going off of watchability. How many times can I watch these? I can watch every Chucky.
You watch Saw.
I can watch every Saw movie.
Yeah.
I cannot watch every. I don't. The last
Scream
couple
would be tough to watch them over and over and over again. Yeah.
Though, part 3, I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
3 Friday, I could probably watch every one. Nightmare, I could probably watch every one. Texas would be a little tough. So, but I know somebody down here, I think it's Tyler mentioned the remake of Texas, the one with Jessica Biel, and that one is good.
Oh,
yeah.
That is good. And that's why I had to, specify that I meant the Netflix,
the newest Netflix
was
one,
just terrible. Yeah, and that's where, but with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one is maybe this. You're good. One might be the second best horror movie of all time. And we're on a total different conversation now, but I mean, you can put the original Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw, and to me, Halloween, the original Halloween, and I will accept arguments of many others, but those 3 are just 3 of the all-time classics, and so Jason is, none of the Friday 13th can compete with those movies. So that's why it's hard for me to say it's the best or the second. It's picking favorites is always tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. Yeah, because there's a lot.
But it's interesting for myself would be like, if we're talking to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, what is the best? The original.
Oh, the original.
100%. Which one can I watch more? Part 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Part 3. For some reason, it there's something about Part 3 I really like, and plus I also have the work print of it. I have a bootleg of the work print, and which is a much better movie than the 2 versions that are out. But yeah, it's kind of like my favorite band is the Monkees, but the greatest band ever is the Beatles.
Yeah. No, well, and that's the same
It's
theory is. Like on my Letterboxd, I can give a movie a 1 star and still heart it because I liked it, even though I know it's shit. But now I just want to say honorable mention to all these, and maybe if we do this again 10 years from now, if we're all still alive, and I just say that because we're old as fuck. But
I'm the oldest.
But if we did this again 10 years from now, and we're talking about the greatest franchise of all time, I hope, and I'm rooting, and I really want to see more because there's not enough yet.
Transformers.
We're talking horror movies.
Well, for some people, those are horror movies.
Horrible. But no, what I need to see more of, and hopefully the 4th one is going to happen, and that's Ty West's X, Pearl, and Maxine trilogy. Those, I mean, that trilogy, you can argue that's the best trilogy in horror franchise. I'm not saying it is, but you can argue that it is, because they're all fucking amazing.
You know what's kind of cool is I like the fact that now horror movies they are starting to come out with a franchise where they're starting to do that. There's and it's a continuation, starting its own new franchise thing, and I think that's exciting about what to look forward to and the future of horror movies and stuff. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool. And that's fun.
So and I mean, and along those lines too, there's many other horror franchises that I love, like The Conjuring, and but the problem is and Insidious, but we get in, like The Conjuring, we just kind of we're going along with Conjuring, and then it's like boom, we got to make a movie about a nun, or boom, we got to make a movie about this. We got to make a movie about a doll. With those two franchises.
Yeah, right.
So, so the Conjuring and the Insidious franchises are also great. But I think we need more in those franchises to be able to compare them to some of these others. But maybe in the future, maybe we will. Who knows? But I think we all agree we love Friday the 13th. It's going to hold a special place. Right.
Hopefully we will see some new stuff. They'll do the series.
Yeah.
Adam says, I had a work print back in the day. It is really different and better than the DVD cuts. Interesting. Asking for serious. Oh, okay. Here you go. Sorry, John. Did you want to finish your thought there, John?
Well, no, because I'm answering his question. He's asking if the work print for Texas 3 is different. It's the original Jeff Burr cut of the movie that he gave to New Line that they butchered. So it has the original beginning, it has the original ending, and it is gorier, but of course, it is a work print. So it's very rough. But it is bloodier. It is grosser than what they give us on the DVD or Blu-ray. It's just like I have a work print of Night of the Living Dead, the Tom Savini one, where it's the like the X-rated version of it, where you see a lot more zombie kills because they cut it to get the R rating. So they need to start releasing this type of stuff, and even if it doesn't look great, it's still nice to have. But yeah, I think the work print for Texas 3 is the best.
Yeah,
it's like Rob Zombie allegedly released the first Halloween on as a torrent, because there's 3 versions of Halloween. There's the torrent version, there's the theater version, and then there's the DVD Blu-ray version. And that DVD Blu-ray version is a combination of the other 2.
Okay. Well, these are interesting things that we need to continue our conversation about, diving into. Maybe we'll have a show where we're just talking about some of the greatest franchises or diving into some of these other topics. But we have to hit the road here. We'll look at some couple of last comments. Hatchet was a great start. The first Hatchet was good. But the Victor Crowley was.
I just like the gore.
Yeah.
I like the gore and the kills.
But
that's fun.
The first Hatchet was fun. Yes. Let's see here, DG. I always watch Friday the 13th, 1980 for Mother's Day.
That's
a good call.
I never thought about that. That's a good one. I like that. That's good. I like that. There you go.
Here you go.
There's another holiday horror movie for you. That's a Mother's Day movie.
Yeah, Mother's Day movie. Friday the 13th. Very cool.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if Friday the 13th? No, I don't think Mother's Day could take place on Friday the 13th, right? Because it's on a Sunday always, right? I wish I had that old tape. I'm pretty sure I had the Night of the Living Dead 90 work print as well. Been too long. Thanks for the insight. Wow, yeah, man, that'd be cool. That's some of those work prints. That's awesome. Well, John, it's been a lot of fun. We're going to get on out of here. What's going on your channel? I saw you release something today, huh? What should we be looking for?
Released today at 8 a.m. in the morning. Released a movie review for The Crow with Philip Tricky. And
who's he?
Jack Hunter the second, with us reviewing it. So it's about an hour and a half.
Nice.
And it's us basically just destroying the movie for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So that came out today.
If you hated The Crow, commiserate with us. Watch that on John's very cool. Well, John, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for being here. Matt.
Yes, well, thank you.
Let's do this.
Really cool.
It's been great. So everybody have yourselves a wonderful rest of your Friday the 13th. For those of you on the East Coast, enjoy Saturday the 14th. Should have given Saturday the 14th honorable mention. I loved that movie as a kid.
Oh, that's a fun film.
It aged like shit, man. It's pretty rough to watch now, but maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow or something. Who really knows? Who knows anymore? It's been fun, everybody. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care of yourself. See you later. Bye.